We just got here to the Saylorsburg flea market, or actually it's the Blue Ridge flea market in Saylorsburg. Sammy's got like 3 sweatshirts on and it's like 70 degrees.
I got 2.
But we're ready to start unloading. Just like every time, we got her packed right to the back. I think this is gonna be our last fullest load. We're still gonna have some pretty good sized loads, but everything, if we have a decent day, is gonna start going down now, which is a good thing. Right, Sammy? Most of the baskets are off. As you can see, Sammy and Dad are setting up the tents right now, just because it's gonna be a sunny day. Pap's here. He's just sitting in the car at the moment. And next step will be getting off all of our tables. We have 4 actual tables, and then we have these racks that we'll put these boards on top of. Try and save as much room as possible so we can get as much plants on as possible. Probably because it's Memorial Day weekend, it's extremely busy. Like, the whole thing is just packed with vendors. Not really even any shoppers yet. Well, I mean, there's obviously shoppers, just not a ton of them. They'll be showing up here hopefully within like the next hour. We're like halfway set up. You can see the front table is pretty well done, but the back is kind of empty yet. But that's okay because we still have almost half a truck yet to unload. Mint?
Yes.
Did I give you anything? I have spearmint and peppermint. Oh, I have chocolate.
That's what I was gonna say, like something like that.
Why, is somebody asking for it or you just want it?
I just want it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And we can't forget the birdhouse guy. Got lots of beautiful birdhouses. So we just finally got set up. Everything looks really good, really full. Potted stuff is in the front, and then all the flats are in the back. Tomatoes along the truck there. We got strawberries, vine crops, peppers. Back here we have some of our perennials. And then the herbs is that whole strip right there.
There we go. Thank you so much. You are a good lady.
Look in the front, they're really full. Yeah.
It's easier that way.
They're all for sale, hon.
Where, 2 right food? 2 left?
Thank you. Thank you for helping me. An early girl and a big beef. That way you got an early one and a later one.
Okay, well, I want 3 of them.
Love it. You can take care of it. And mountain fried.
You give it to him, don't matter. It's $22 he's gonna pay you.
Wait a minute.
That too.
How about a San
Terminate with the
Martino?
side.
That's a Italian tomato.
Yeah, that's all right.
I think I see one of
So we're just now finishing up the day. Ended up having a really good day. Not only is everything off the floor, but we have a lot of gaps on the tables, which is awesome. And so now we're just starting to pack up. So it's the next day. It's supposed to be pretty rainy. You can see how cloudy it is. Sammy and I are working on unloading the truck, or actually mostly just Sammy. I am working on watering while she's doing the unloading, and she's actually just about done. She's just finishing up some of the vine crops and the beans. The nice thing is we have all this table space, so we just bring everything in, set it right here, because then again, tomorrow on Tuesday, we're gonna be loading for the Hometown Farmers Market for Wednesday. So it is now the next day. We didn't really do much yesterday besides water greenhouses and unload truck just because it was Memorial Day. We wanted to kind of take a little bit of a break. Now Sammy has to go work at the pharmacy today, so she won't be here. But Mom, Dad, and myself are getting out here to the strawberry patch this morning, and we're gonna pick hopefully around 75 to 100 quarts of berries for the farm market, which will actually be my real first harvest, you know, for the season, besides just picking a little bit here and there for like the milkshakes and stuff when the car show is going on. And so the first day we got pretty picked out, but the berries have had 2 days to ripen, and they are looking better than ever. I mean, just loaded in beautiful clusters when you can just almost pick everything. It's just so awesome to see after having a couple years of not good strawberry picking. It's not gonna take much time at all. I just hope that people show up because like I said, we gotta get these berries off, and if we don't, they're either gonna rot or the birds are gonna get them, which is 2 things that we do not want. I'd rather see somebody enjoying them in their own home. This is about the average berry. Pretty big. Nice, ripe all the way around. Good shape. It's almost a bit overwhelming because it's like before in our strawberry patches, we'd have like 3 or 4 good sections. And so everybody would kind of fight over those, and then we pick them out in an hour or 2 and be done. And now it's like, well, only half the field is starting to ripen at this point, but you can just go wherever you want. So you got to be a little bit disciplined. Just start right at the beginning and just clean as we go. That way we know where we've been and we don't pick over what we've already been working on. And so that's what I'm going to do. If it has a white tip like that, obviously I'm going to let it ripen. But for the most part, they are nice and ripe. And you can see this wet spot, how this berry was sitting in there. Now luckily the sun's going to come out and that's going to dry today. But that's exactly what happens when you have a lot of rain, is they rot sitting in little puddles like that. So that's why we wanted to open up on Monday, or not Monday, sorry, Saturday, before the rain got to them. What are you doing, honey? So we're going on about 3/4 of the way done. Berries are real nice picking. It's always hard to get this last one in here. Let's fit right. Oh, not bad. So we're just about done. I just picked an extra 2 quarts. That has like 4 more there on the ground. And the back of the truck is full, or at least all our trays are full anyway. I don't exactly know how long it took us. I'm gonna check the time here in a minute. So we finished up the berries. I got them out to the market, got them set up. Everything's good to go. Came back here to the farm. Now Amberly is here. She's over in number 2, just cleaning plants, maybe taking a couple yellow leaves off, just packing stuff. That way, we're kind of a little bit ready, because in about an hour or 2, we're gonna start loading again for the Hometown Farmers Market, which is on Wednesday. Today's obviously Tuesday. Luckily, there isn't a ton to get ready, just because, you know, the greenhouses keep emptying out and emptying out. And I'm hoping within the next 4 or 5 days of market, if we have decent days, we will be about sold out and be done going to the plant markets for the season. But like I said, we can't stop going until we sell all, or mostly all, of our products. Everything here in number 1 almost consists of seed geraniums. We have salmon, we have like a bright pink, we have like a reddish orange, there's like a darker pink, all sorts of different colors around the whole entire greenhouse. There is a couple flats of portulacas, a couple calibrachoa. Down here you have some rosemary, a couple potted petunia, but for the most part, that's it. Dad just called and said he has the lower high tunnel, or he has had the lower high tunnel on now for, I think, going on like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And so we like to water them about every day. If not every day, definitely every other day. But we don't want to water them for more than 2 or 3 hours, because once you start doing that, you're gonna run the risk of just running all those nutrients out of the soil. And so we kind of like to do it in moderation. That way, you know, all those nutrients stay there and it can continue sucking them up into the tomato plant, keeping it nice and healthy. Now, with that being said, we will soon here eventually start running fertilizer through the lines to just, you know, give them more nutrients. But when they're still young like this, and since we already put fertilizer down when we were tilling it, before we even planted them, it's not really necessary right away. So I'll shut this off, that's good. You can see how all the lines were pumped up, emitting water out, which is exactly what we want. Tomatoes are filled with blossoms. A lot of them now have clusters of tomatoes on them, or just about every single one, I think. We're still obviously a ways off, but they're growing very fast. They should actually probably be tied within the next day or so. Tomorrow it won't happen because of market, but maybe Thursday. But they look very healthy, which is exactly what we want. Even though we literally have an entire farm filled with fruits and veggies, my pap still likes to plant his own. And so my cousins made him this raised garden box. That way he can come right out. He can plant his own stuff, pick his own stuff, whatever he wants to do. He's got tomatoes, which I actually planted that in there when I planted the high tunnels. I cannot believe it made it through the cold weather, but it did. Some just landed on my face. I don't know if I was a bee or what. And then he came and planted peppers, another tomato plant. And I think that's about it. Oh, I do know, yeah, right here. He seeded these radishes. They're coming up awesome. But it's almost a complete solid mat of weeds. Now's the time we got to come through here and just scratch all this up. Hopefully, you know, kill those weeds, or at least get them on top. The sun will dry them out and then they'll die. I did this section before and you can see the difference. That's all it would take, but I don't got time right now. I gotta get back up to the greenhouses. Obviously this upper high tunnel is the exact same as the lower. Again, doing great. The only thing about this upper one compared to the lower one is that the water, or the rainwater, seems to seep underneath better. Unlike the lower one, it almost relies completely on the water that we give it. So we really got to be careful and make sure we're giving it enough when it needs it. That's what I'm calling it a wrap for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and always remember, it ain't much, but it's honest work.